Yes, good morning, children. Standard 9, subject biology and digestive system. This is part 5. In the part 4, I have revised whatever we discussed before the short summer vacation. And in 5th, let us discuss what next. Let us discuss about the rest part of the digestive system. Dear children, we discussed about the mouth, we discussed about the esophagus, means food pipe, we discussed about the stomach, means our food reached till stomach. In the previous video, I discussed that the capacity of stomach, how much food it can hold, and for what time period the food remain there, that also we discussed. We discussed about the gastric gland which is present in the inner lining of the stomach, gastric gland, which releases gastric juice. That part is clear, that gastric gland releases gastric juice. And we discussed about the peristalsis and antiperistalsis, means vomiting, and what does the gastric juice contain, that is pepsin, HCl and mucus, and their importance we discussed. And food remain for 3 hours during in the stomach. In stomach, food remains for 3 hours. In which form? Their food is in the which form? Liquid form. In mouth we chewed, became bolus. We bolus ball, if you remember, I must have mentioned. We swallowed by the peristalsis movement. The food reached to the stomach. We have discussed about 2 type of sphincter muscle, the cardiac sphincter and the pylorus we have discussed, and food reached to the stomach. In stomach, this gastric gland releases gastric juice, and after release of gastric juice, protein become peptides, and this in babies, milk protein casein turned to paracasein, that we have discussed. And as I have told you, food remain in the stomach for 3 hours. And in which form? Pulp-like form. Pulp-like form. Pulp knowing na? Nowadays mango season. Enjoyed mango pulp. So in that form, the food is present in our stomach. And pulp form, that is called as chyme. That form is called as chyme. In this form only the food remains there. And after that what happens? After that, food reached till stomach. Dear children, see, that part I have discussed about the pharynx, larynx, esophagus. I have discussed that J-shaped stomach is there. Here, 2 sphincter muscle I have discussed, cardiac sphincter and pyloric sphincter. And after pyloric sphincter, here is the pyloric sphincter which controls the passage of food in the small intestine. After this, small intestine starts, and small intestine is twisted form. Small intestine is in twisted form, and small intestine joins with where? Joins with the large intestine. Let us show large intestine. Here is the large intestine. Here the small intestine joins, and small intestine joins here, and you can see, and one small part is here. I will discuss, don't worry. And after large intestine, this food passes, and now let me discuss. This is the opening point of the alimentary canal, that is mouth, exit point, that is the anus. See here, this is oesophagus, stomach, large intestine, these are the small intestine, anus, upper part of the anus is rectum, and this is appendix. Now we will discuss the associated glands also. I have told that in the digestive system, alimentary canal with associated glands, and two associated glands here we will discuss. Leaf form, see, this is pancreas, and here largest gland of our body. Which is the largest gland of our body? Liver. Liver is the largest gland of our body. And one more important thing I have to show, and that is the spleen. Try constant. Here, not in the liver. The diagram I am drawing, keep in mind, it is not inside the liver. Just outside the liver, one small organ is there, that is the spleen. Now, dear children, what we have discussed, till the stomach the food reached, and by the help of, in a stomach remained for 3 hours in the form of chyme, and controlled by this pylorus, food reached to the small intestine. This small intestine part. And as, see, the part of the small intestine is the longest part in alimentary canal, in animal, human being. I have told total it is 9 meter, and alone a small intestine is 7 meter. Small intestine alone it is 7 meter. Dear children, whole alimentary canal is of 9 meter and small intestine is of 7 meter. Means very long part. Now 7 meter where in our abdominal cavity? Abdominal cavity 7 meter. That is, dear children. And one more thing, it is in twisted form. Twisted form, means coiled form. It is kept in the abdominal cavity. And as you know, in the previous, we have discussed that chest cavity or thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity is is separated by diaphragm. So this stomach, small intestine, large intestine, they are in the abdominal cavity. Don't think that they are in the thoracic or chest cavity. In thoracic cavity, lungs and other parts are there. This is present, this total is present in abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity. Now, and it is separated by diaphragm. Our food reached here. See the first part of the small intestine. See here, C say, this say, first part. A small intestine. And here only liver and here only liver and pancreas pour their secretion. Pancreas releases pancreatic juice. Try to understand. Pancreas releases pancreatic juice and liver releases bile. Try to understand. Pancreas releases pancreatic juice and liver releases bile, and that bile is temporarily stored in spleen. Okay, that bile is temporarily stored in spleen, and that is poured in a common duct. Sorry, not spleen, sorry. That is gallbladder. Sorry, instead of gallbladder I wrote spleen. Now listen, that bile is secreted and temporarily stored in gallbladder, and from that, in the first part of the small intestine, the secretion is poured through a common bile duct. This secretion is poured, which helps in digestion. Now see the small intestine. As I have told you, that longest part of the alimentary canal is the small intestine. And one thing I will like to say, that process of digestion which begins in the mouth is completed in a small intestine. The process of digestion is completed in the small intestine. Not only completed, but the process of absorption, assimilation, that is also done. After that, the food is absorbed, sent to the blood, and blood reaches that nutrition to different part of the plant body, and waste products are thrown out through the anus. That is common thing which you have studied in junior classes. But here, in detail we have to study. What detail we have to study? Listen. A small intestine which is 7 meters long, the longest part of the small intestine which is 7 meters long, the longest part of the alimentary canal, and it's strange to know that herbivores, any herbivore, say goat or any herbivore, and I am comparing herbivore and carnivore. Herbivores or herbivorous animal, they have very long small intestine comparing to carnivores. Try to understand the concept, what I want to say. Goat, and here tiger is there. Goat is what? Herbivore, and tiger is carnivore. Now compare the small intestine. Small intestine. Compare small intestine. On the basis, difference on the basis of a small intestine between goat and tiger, it will be longer, and here in tiger it will be shorter. Now the question arises, why? Why the goats have a long small intestine comparing to the tiger? Herbivores, they have to digest plant part, na? And plant part contain cellulose, and to digest cellulose more time is required comparing to digest meat or flesh. We can't digest cellulose, but herbivorous animal, they can digest, and in the digestion of cellulose more time is required. So dear children, if I will give reason question, why herbivores have long small intestine comparing to carnivores, you will write. Very clear? Now, we are talking about a small intestine, and I have told that it is highly coiled, twisted this way. It is highly coiled, twisted. This is the small intestine. More, just in diagram I am showing like this, more twisted it is. And it is also divided into three parts. A small intestine is divided into three parts. What are those three parts? What are those three parts? Those three parts are duodenum, ileum, and jejunum. Now, dear children, let us discuss about the three parts. Which part I have told? Three parts, small intestine. What are those three parts? Duodenum, second part is the jejunum, and third part is the ileum. So three parts of a small intestine. Come to the first part. You can see C-shaped, C-shaped part where this liver pour their secretion, liver and gallbladder pour their secretion, and this pancreas pour their secretion. That is the starting part of the small intestine, and that starting part is called as duodenum. Very clear? Short part. Common bile duct opens. Common bile duct means the secretion coming from the liver and secretion coming from the pancreas opens in this duodenum. Coming to the next part, that is the jejunum. It is the part of small intestine. Jejunum. And jejunum means empty. And why it means empty, dear children? About post-mortem you have heard. After death, the body is post-mortem, and during post-mortem, the doctor observe the reason of or the time of death. When they observe, what they find, that jejunum is always empty. Jejunum is always empty after death. Okay, so that part is clear. 2 meter. Jejunum alone is 2 meter. And now the most coiled part, the most coiled part, that is the ileum. Next part is the ileum, where the process of digestion is completed. This part is clear, I am sure. Now, how the process of digestion is completed, what is changed to what, we will discuss later on. And one more thing I have told, that process of absorption also is completed. The process of absorption also is completed in this small intestine. How it is absorbed, what happens in absorption, let us discuss. Dear children, how the foods are absorbed. Have you heard about villus or villi? Don't be confused. It is plural and it is singular. And where it is present, if you will see the small intestine. Suppose this is the inner part of the small intestine, inner layer. And inner layer, one finger like projection this way you will see. And these are the villi. Means inner layer of the small intestine, this villus is present. Now, why it is present? What is the function? And dear children, one thing I would like to say, that nowadays one camera is sent by the help of a pipe, one camera is sent in our stomach. First, what is inside our stomach by X-ray can be seen, but that is not clearly visible. By X-ray means doctor observe X-ray plate and can say that what problem is there inside our stomach. Developed technology other than X-ray, that is ultrasonography, ultrasound. One monitor is kept and doctor put one equipment over the belly, and what is inside the abdomen, that is visible. Heard about ultrasonography? Yes. Helpful aid for the doctor. What is there? And some problems are not observed by this ultrasonography also. In that case, what happens? Doctor, one pipe is there, in that camera and light is there, put inside the mouth, send it to the stomach and small intestine and observe the problem. Endoscopy. Strange to know. By putting lubricating oil, doctor put inside that pipe, put inside the mouth, and that pipe through the esophagus reaches the stomach or a small intestine. And clearly this villus is visible. Or if you want to see this villus, you can stand in front of a butcher shop from where you buy the mutton. No need to buy mutton. Just stand there and watch what you will see. After the slaughtering the goat, skin is removed and waste products are removed from inside, and only the flesh part is cut, and that is the mutton, and it is sold. Just stand for there. Whatever the part which is not sold, that is the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, I am asking you to observe that. And Just stand and see there what the butcher will do. They also that clean the stomach, small intestine and cells. They cut it. When they will cut, the waste product will come out, and inside that this villus is clearly visible. They are finger-like projection which helps in absorption of digested food. Understood? Helps in absorption of digested food. Means if food is digested, changed to diffusible form, then that must be absorbed. And villus increases the surface area for absorption. Increases the surface area for absorption. Now, detailed diagram of villus. Let us discuss. It is not so large, but here diagram I have made large just to make you understand. Now, see here. What is there? It is made up of single epithelium cell. Epithelial tissue you have read now. Epithelial tissue must have read. Single epithelium cell. Single, not double. Epithelium means it helps in absorption. If it is thinner, it will help in absorption. So, and inside artery, veins and capillaries are there. Artery carries oxygenated blood, which is shown by the red color. Veins carry deoxygenated blood, which is shown by the blue color in diagram. It is shown by the blue color. Arteries, veins and capillaries. Capillaries are the small blood vessels. So artery, veins and capillaries are shown there. Artery and vein are shown there. Now lacteal is also there. Dear children, new word. Lacteal is new word for you. No. In the tissue chapter we have discussed about the lacteal. Inside the villus are in artery, a vein interconnecting blood capillaries and a lymph vessel. Lacteal is a lymph. If you remember, we have discussed about the lymph. Very important question. Differentiate between blood and lymph. Both are the fluid connective tissue. Now remembering. So blood and lymph are the fluid connective tissue and lacteal is a lymph vessel. And what is the function of lacteal? Helps in absorption of fat. Very clear. Lacteal helps in absorption of fat. Now, so this diagram may be asked not to draw. Keep in mind, not to draw. Diagram based question related to this microscopic structure of intestinal villus is asked, and I am sure you will be able to reply. It increases the surface area for absorption. It is made up of single cell epithelium and it's narrow for slow movement of food, allow absorption. So inside the small intestine, this villus is present. So dear children, what we have studied today, only we have studied about the small intestine, not more than that. That after stomach, the food reaches to the small intestine. Small intestine is 7 meters long. There are 3 parts of a small intestine. What are those 3 parts? Duodenum, jejunum, ileum, and inside the small intestine, these villas are present. Today, up to this much. In the next video, we will discuss about the secretion by the liver, which is stored in the gallbladder, and pancreas, which releases pancreatic juice, and what are their function. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you very much.